for their 11th straight victory over the Lakers. Two pieces of sound here, Brew. First, we've got Darvin Ham reacting to AD's remark that the Lakers have confusing stretches of play that they don't know what's going on. And then a sneaky diss from Michael Malone. I'm sorry, Michael. Take a listen.
I have incredibly talented coaches all along my staff, and we pride ourselves, whether it's a practice, a shoot around, a film session, a game, whatever, we pride ourselves on being, highly efficient and organized. And so I just chalk that up to being frustrated. It's an emotional game and the way it ended and all of that, but I'll agree to disagree on that one.
We've gone over our game plan, and we've gone over adjustments for a lot of different players and play calls that we haven't even had to show yet.
Okay.
Listen,
I told you this.
Here's the deal. I apologize because I don't want to be unfair. But the Lakers, if you watch them night in, night out, they're obviously not a well-coached team. And I feel that I think it's tangible. I think you can see it. And I think that we have no problem saying, in the series we just watched, or we just talked about, that is a coaching mismatch. That is Eric Spoelstra, Joe Mazzulla, and Joe Mazzulla is in his second year as a head coach who got to a conference finals last year, we are saying, potentially coaching for his job in this postseason. But because I feel like in the media at large, there's a little bit of a Calvin ball when it comes to what we are and aren't allowed to criticize when it comes to LeBron James coaches, right? It's like, oh, okay, you can't criticize Frank Vogel because he won a championship. So that's a weird thing, right? Because he won a championship, in my opinion, because of LeBron's greatness, so now in AD. So now he's uncriticizable, but now he's in Phoenix, and he's going to get fired here in about 10 days, and everyone's fine with it.
I'm not trying to be fresh, but I don't understand what you're saying.
So Vogel got criticized. That's the thing. LeBron's coaches get criticized.
Correct. And then I think when it comes to when we have talked about Frank Vogel on this show, it has been, what, you wanted more from Frank Vogel? What do you want? He won a championship. LeBron wanted him to get exactly. That's your take.
More respect.
That's your take.
Right.
I don't think he was very good. I don't think he was good in Orlando. I don't think he was good in Los Angeles. They won a championship despite it. I don't think he's done a good job in Phoenix. He was great in Indiana, first stop. I don't think Darvin Ham's done a good job. I don't think anyone can point to anything that he's done a good job. Now, would that change this series? I don't know. I know the last game literally was as close as it possibly could have been. And we think Mike Malone's an excellent coach. So do I think the Lakers are frustrated? Yes. Do I think that they are right now at a massive coaching deficit, similar to what we're dealing with in Miami, Boston? I do. Do I think people are hesitant to that because they think it's like protecting LeBron? Yeah, that's what I think.
But he's getting criticized.
Yeah.
Ham is on the hot seat.
So you agree he's on the hot seat?
I'm not saying he should be, but he's being scapegoated.
So, but is it a scapegoat if you're the problem?
Was he a bad coach when they won the in-season tournament? Was he a bad coach when they were up 20?
So this is my point. You see what I'm saying? Now does what I was saying make more sense?
Well, yeah, but I got confused about the Vogel stuff because you're saying Vogel was a mediocre coach, but LeBron and AD's greatness were able to overcome it. Now, Darvin Ham's a mediocre coach, but
might be worse.
Might be worse, and they're not able to overcome it.
Yeah, they're older and it's a harder opponent.
LeBron is an awesome, obviously, player. When he wins, it's LeBron's credit. When he doesn't, his teammates and his coaches get blamed. We have seen that time and time again.
Except I guess
every stop.
So, but that's not.
Spoelstra was being criticized
so that's
when he was in Miami.
So I disagree with that. Spoelstra, LeBron, his first year there, LeBron and Wade went to Riley and complained about Spoelstra, and then Riley said no, and now Spoelstra is universally recognized as a great coach.
But he wasn't then.
In the moment, I think by the end of the run,
was he doing something wrong?
He wasn't. Spoelstra wasn't scapegoated for them losing the fourth finals. No, he wasn't.
No, I'm talking about the first year. They wanted. Spoelstra was getting criticized. Was he not a good? Now, obviously, he's a better coach.
Better coach now.
But my point is this. All right, Michael Malone is a great coach.
Yes,
he's up there with Spoelstra.
I agree.
So they do have a coaching advantage.
Yes.
But I want to address Anthony Davis.
Oh, wow.
What he said. We didn't know what we were doing. Okay, out there at times. That is making an excuse. That is passing the buck. That is looking for a scapegoat, and that is not the mentality that's going to get you back in this series.
Yeah.
Right?
You're blaming the refs.
Yes, right. Look in the mirror. Because, Anthony, I know what you were doing. Nothing. In the fourth quarter, you were doing nothing. You played 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 55 seconds to be exact. You took one shot. Did you take one shot? You got one rebound. You had 0 points. But that's Darvin Ham's fault. You have the clout, my man, to say, give me the ball. I've been killing these dudes for 2 quarters. Give me the ball. You didn't do that. You know what happened? Aaron Gordon muscled you up. We know you don't like physical play. Aaron Gordon muscled you up, and you were looking for Darvin or Phil Handy or somebody to give you some advice. What can I do with this dude?
That's what the coaches are for.
That's
their job.
Well, okay, if they didn't tell you, I'm going to tell you.
Okay, but you were with
Anthony, I'm going to tell you. Big boy him.
Okay.
What does Chris mean by big boy him? The same thing Nikola Jokic did to you.
Okay, that's
all
fine.
right. When it was time in the fourth quarter for a bucket, he backed you down and put a bucket over you while being fouled, if I'm not mistaken. That's what you need to do to Aaron Gordon because he's smaller than you. Is that enough?
Okay,
Is that somebody telling you what to do?
Okay, Brew, can I tell you something? As someone who's watched 70 Lakers games this year, I wish you were the coach. And so there is, like, you know what? You've sold me on it. And so but Wilds, now maybe I didn't explain it properly.
No, I get it.
But I think Brew's response to me was kind of the frustration part. It's like whenever they succeed, it is used as evidence that's a good coach. But by that same logic, then when they fail, then is that evidence it's a bad coach, or can we evaluate it and look at it? Yeah. Just like we are with Mazzulla versus Spoelstra. And we think that is a big deficit. Just like Mazzulla, whose resume right now looks great. But you are saying is on the hot seat.
You know why we think it's with Mazzulla?
Why?
It's not because the analytics kings out there love Mazzulla. I mean, you listen to them, and oh my gosh, this team is historically great. They're awesome, right? You know why we look at Joe, at least me, Joe Mazzulla, and say you should be on the hot seat? Because you were in the finals the year before you got there, and now we're going backwards.
Yes, and the Lakers the year before that won the championship.
You know how I judge coaches? Results.
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and tell an NBA coach they don't know what they're doing because they know the X's and O's better than me. I'm judging you by results.
Okay, and I think the Lakers have underachieved.
Love it.
I think the Lakers have underachieved this year.
They might be the second best team in the league. They're just playing the first best team.
Okay, maybe so. And I think in the margins, I think that, and we didn't talk about it the day after because I knew the reaction would be an allergic reaction to it. But I think the biggest, in game 2, the biggest difference between the two teams was the coaches. In a game that came down to the final moments. That's what I felt.
When they were up 20?
Yeah.
I mean, serious. Was Ham doing a bad job at that point?
No, what I am saying is, no.
I'm just asking.
No, but when they were tearing away at the lead, when they had their fourth quarter runs, when you're going home with timeouts in your pocket, yes, that is part of coaching.
Can LeBron